People have been talking about investing since biblical times. In fact, there's a passage in the Bible that I'm going to share with you today where they specifically talk about investing. Hi, my name is Desi Arnaz, professional investor, and yes, the Bible does talk about investing. As a matter of fact, there's a parable that I'd like to share with you right now. A parable, in case you don't know, is just a story, right? It's a story of a wealthy person that has servants. And the wealthy business owner decided that he was going to go on a long trip. But before he left, he called his 3 servants into himself and he gave each of them talents. Now, a talent is a measure of gold during those days. It's money. And so he gave one of his servants 5 talents. He gave another servant 2 talents. And he gave the third servant 1 talent. Now, why he gave 1 5, 1 2, and 1 1, I don't know. But maybe it's just because none of us have the same talents. Everyone has something different that they bring to the table. But that's the way the story went. And while the wealthy gentleman was away, the person that had 5 talents invested those talents and converted it from 5 to 10. And the person that had 2 talents invested those talents and converted it from 2 to 4. But the servant that was given 1 talent was worried that he might lose that talent. And so what he did is he buried it so that when his master returned, he could say, "Here's your talent, sir." And so the master was gone, and when he got back, he called his servants to himself. First up was the servant that had received the 5 talents. That servant said to the master, "Sir, you gave me 5 talents. I have now returned to you 10 talents. And the master looked at his servant and said, "Well done, thy good and faithful servant." And then the second servant came in and talked to the master. And he said, "Sir, you gave me 2 talents, and I have invested it, and today I want to return to you 4 talents." And again, the master said to the servant, "Well done, thy good and faithful servant." And the master called in the third servant. And the third servant said something like this. I'm paraphrasing, but, "Master, I knew that if I lost your talent, you wouldn't be a happy person. So what I did is I buried it, and here it is. Here's what you gave me." At this point, the master says some of the harshest words that you will read in the Bible, and that is, he said, "You wicked and slothful servant." He said, "You could have at least put my money into a bank where it could have earned some interest." You see, here's the point. We shouldn't be afraid to make mistakes. We shouldn't be afraid to take chances. We should not be afraid to make investments, because that is what God has entrusted us to do. He doesn't want us to be stagnant. He gave each of us talents, and not just financial talents. He gave some of us musical talents. He gave some of us athletic talents. He gave some of us emotional talents. And whatever your talent happens to be, maybe you're a talented mathematician. The bottom line is this: whatever your talents are, God expects you to grow those talents. And along the way, you should be making investments into yourself. And if it's financial, you should be investing your money. But you don't let your talents sit idle, because then you'll be labeled as a wicked and slothful servant. The Bible went on to say, "To everyone that has, more will be given. But for him that does not have, even what he has shall be taken away." I just want you guys to understand that I understand that you're nervous about investing. I understand that it makes you a little scared, but here's what you need to know. You're not alone. God led you into this community, into this network of investors. We are all here together. We're in this together. So don't feel like you need to figure this stuff out on your own. You've got so many resources available to you that you can do things, and you can do them with confidence. You have people you can talk to, and so you should plug into that. If you want to know more about how this stuff works, you should join our community. If you want to learn about investing in notes specifically like I do, then you want to head on over to investbrilliantly.com. And by the way, at investbrilliantly.com, you can also join our investor community. And in our investor community, it's called the American Wealth Builders Network. Within that network, you'll meet like-minded people that are building investment portfolios for themselves and that are building a wonderful future for themselves and their family. And you can join that network for free. It's American Wealth Builders Network. And you can join it by heading over to investbrilliantly.com. And on that page, you'll see American Wealth Builders Network. You click on the photograph there, the picture, it'll take you over. You can join our network. We'd like to see you there. And by the way, if you're watching this video on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be releasing new videos very often. 2 or 3 per week is my goal. If you want to be notified of those new releases, click the bell on your YouTube and it'll notify you every time I release a new video. Well, guys, that's what I've got for you right now. I'll see you guys over at the American Wealth Builders Network.